You think that I could be an Illuminati member?
I think you potentially could be an Illuminati member, Dr. Phil. I don't think that you get this amount of power and influence and media coverage without taking a deal.
With who?
Whoa,
The Illuminati.
You already know what it is. It's your boy Laid Back with another reaction, another review, another episode. Hey, TikTok, you up to bat. Bah! It's your boy Laid Back. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, two things we gotta do. You gotta hit that subscribe button. I'm drinking this water. You already know what it is, man. You are the prize in 2025. You are the prize in 2025. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Stay up to date with all the videos. We back with another one. I'm gonna try to heart every comment on this one too. It might take me a while, but you know, we're gonna see how many comments this video get. If we get 1,000 comments, that'd be crazy. I don't think we're gonna get 1,000 comments though. I'm just gonna put it out there. But anyway, we back with another TikTok compilation, man. Welcome back. You know what I mean? Shout out to the squad. If you make it to the end of this one, you a real one for real. Make sure you put that in the comments. We got conspiracy theories and stuff going on behind the scenes, and you know, so also I got a TikTok playlist. If you into this stuff, you can binge watch. But like I say, proceed with caution because there's some stuff in here. Also, make sure you share this with the last person you text in your phone, man. Please. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Fire Squad, what's popping? Let's get it.
I was approached. I was where a person asked me, yo, such and such. And I was just like, nah, like, you know.
Such and such, like, what do you
like,
mean?
yo, you know, because at the end of the day, you probably make it to where you make it on your own.
Right.
But a lot of people will offer you something to sustain that.
On the way.
And at that moment, this was, I don't know if it was that person or if this was a whole entity that came with it.
Entity.
But I was offered something and I just wasn't with it. And when they said, good luck, young man, you're on your own. And I never went platinum since.
Damn. Do your own research. I gotta say that.
Assumed to be a part of this secret society, the Illuminati, and they think it exists in the music. People think it exists in the music business, and that urban artists actually are able to participate in the society. Have you experienced anything that leads you to believe there is a secret society?
Nah, I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
I believe that there's definitely a secret society. You know what I mean? I believe definitely maybe some of these label heads, like major labels and like major corporate companies, might have something to do with it, and they, you know, might be involved with the agenda, you know what I mean? But as far as like the rappers and like, you know, certain R&B artists or whatever, nah.
You don't believe that?
Nah.
Okay.
So right now, like, the Illuminati is falling. Like, right now, Hollywood is dying. And it's really clear to see. Like, we've got Diddy, but we've got, you know, Epstein, Weinstein, like all of this sort of corruption is coming to light. And you know, I think I mentioned this before, but influencers are sort of taking the space now of celebrities, and the Illuminati can't recruit new members anymore.
Wow.
So this is a really good thing that we're seeing. But I think a lot of people who are fangirls for these celebrities are going to be really disappointed to realize who their, you know, crushes and whatever idols are.
Yeah. So you think the members will start getting exposed?
I think so. I mean, ideally, I would love to see, you know, a big A-list celebrity shapeshift in front of a million people.
That'd be nuts.
That'd be
crazy.
That would be full disclosure, like in an instant of what they've been doing this whole time. So for me, like that's the hope I'm holding. But I think that we're going to get kind of more of a slower rollout, like we've seen.
Yeah.
Celebrity shapeshift though?
You mentioned the Illuminati tried recruiting you. What exactly happened there?
It was like Bella Thorne's party and like didn't feel right. And then there was a bunch of rules you had to do to get in the party, like no phone, sign a contract. But then they wanted to prick your blood for you to get in.
So do you believe certain people in Hollywood are kind of selling their souls almost?
I would say people work with the devil for sure, whether they know it or not. Not everybody knows it, but when you use the word like sell your soul, that sounds like you can't never get it back. It's never too late to repent and get back right with God.
I respect that last part. I respect that.
The Illuminati do not run the world. They run a world. In other words, there are always different worlds and realms and realities that you could be tuning into and feeding your energy into. Yes, we are part of a collective. That is true. However, this conversation around 3D and 5D, you have to understand that it's already happening right now. There are people living in the 5D. You could be walking shoulder to shoulder with somebody, living in two different realities. It's about frequency, it's about vibration, it's about what you're tuning into. So just know that even though you can witness what's happening in the collective, the more you feed into it, the more that becomes your reality. So when we say the Illuminati or these big powers that be control the world, they control a world. But know that many of us are creating a new one, a light matrix that is infiltrating the dark matrix. So choose wisely what you give your attention to. All I'm saying.
Oh no.
The demonic reason why soccer stadiums look like eyes from above.
Wake up. Do our eyes deceive us? I guess if you have a conspiracy mind, it makes sense, right? Yeah. We know the symbols and they still throw it in our faces. Makes sense though, right? The halftime show is one of the most viewed events every single year. What a time to harvest the energy from the masses, right? I know, you'll call me crazy, then still deny the symbolism. That's Madonna's halftime show. She pops her top and we see what her costume really is. Understand that sports in general are used to specifically preoccupy our minds with stuff that doesn't even matter. So you think basketball is safe from this? This is the Staples Center, aka the Lakers Arena. You guys catching what that looks like? Because it looks a lot like a reptilian eye to me.
Dang.
Yeah, you call it a coincidence until you see one of the biggest stars in basketball throwing up the same exact symbols. Oh, and what are those? What does that mean? If you know, you know, and I know you know. They don't hold rituals here. It's all just crazy speculation, right?
Rituals.
Oh, you're in the Illuminati. Look,
You saw your videos,
you
right?
have a
Yeah, videos
triangle.
online. Like Cardi B, like
And it's like, bro, do you know that if I don't work, I could go broke? Do you know if I say the wrong, if I do or say the wrong thing out of my mouth,
You're out of here.
I'm out of here. And nothing can save me.
Damn.
So he went and snuck in to this place where like former presidents go. There's a photograph of it's Ronald Reagan with Herbert Walker Bush and a couple other people all standing around. And it's like these are the people that used to hang out at this place, and they would put on robes and they would worship an owl god, and they would burn an effigy. And they're playing, and Alex snuck in and made video footage of this shit. And then no one's denying that it's real. This really did happen. They're in with these bankers and former presidents, and they're dressed like druids.
Yes.
And some guy brings over something that it's an effigy that's supposed to be a body, a wrapped up effigy. It's also a bunch of sticks in a blanket, but it's like shaped like a body. Yeah. And then they drop it on the fire, and they're all worshiping an owl god.
Bohemian Grove, I think that's what the name of it.
Right, you cannot tell me this bitch is not in the Illuminati. Bro, she's literally moving like Shaitan himself. Like, what is this? On her 27th birthday, she threw an Illuminati-themed party. 27 Club. There's the Illuminati and Masonic symbol. This party looks fucking scary. And the conspiracy theory doesn't stop there. This is from the music video for her song You Right with The Weeknd. You've got the fucking checkerboard floors, which is Masonic as fuck. I think it represents duality or something. In this music video, it starts off with her entering Heaven's Gate. And the idea of masonry is about becoming your own god on earth and doing whatever you want. And in this music video, The Weeknd is basically the universe. This can be compared to the 33rd pillar in masonry, which is where you become a master mason and become what they believe is a god. On top of that, Doja loves doing the as above, so below pose, which can be compared to Baphomet. So my final thoughts, is Doja in the Illuminati? I hope not, because she's...
Hold on, is my man in the bathroom in front of the shower? I know he dropping gems right now and stuff like that, but is my man in front of is he in the bathroom? I mean, get it how you live, bro.
Slang. This is just a conspiracy theory, you know, it's not meant to be deeped, but yeah.
Salute.
You can't sell your soul. You know why you can't sell your soul?
It doesn't belong.
You don't own it. They'll trick you into thinking that, and then that puts the person in despair. One of the worst cases I've ever heard was from the Exodus of New York City back about 15 years ago. There was a woman, a young girl at Juilliard, a violinist, and she was about to graduate. She was brilliantly talented, but all of her friends were getting job offers and she had none. And her friends remember always hearing her say the words, "I would do anything to be famous." Well, guess who's listening? Your angel's listening, but also there's other things in the room. And it wasn't long after that she went to bed one night, had a dream, and she said in the dream was the most beautiful man she'd ever seen naked, another sign calling card of the devil. And he said, "Do you really want fame and power?" She said, "I do." And he produced a contract, and he took his finger and slashed her finger and had her sign it in her blood.
Whoa.
And then he touched the contract and it burst into flames. When you wake up from that dream and you remember it, you might take a pause and be like, I don't think that was a good thing. But what's worse is her finger was cut and the ashes were next to the bed. She still doesn't say anything.
No way.
So within a couple of weeks, she signs this multinational tour, makes a ton of money, becomes very popular and famous on this circuit. And within a few years, she gets involved with drugs, goes to needles, gets HIV. Now she's dying in a New York hospital. And this whole thing comes back to how this started. And she calls her Filipino mother and tells her the story. And mommy calls the chancery, hysterical. I need an exorcist right away for my daughter. They tell him the whole story from the dream forward, and he says, okay, well, that's not good. You signed a blood covenant with the devil. So I'm gonna need you to break that with a blood covenant. So you're gonna write out the whole creed, and then you're gonna sign it in your blood.
Whoa.
Well, the doctor's like, she has AIDS, she's not signing anything in blood, not gonna happen. And he says, well, then you need to step out of the room because she needs to do this. And she did do it, and she signed the contract, the creed, and she convulses and flatlines and dies. So now the doctor comes back and he's really upset. The mother is out of her mind. They're all blaming the priest. Hysteria goes on for about 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden she jumps up off the table. She's back and they test her. No HIV.
What?
No AIDS. She's completely healed.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. That's crazy.
Celebrities and the Illuminati.
The Illuminati. I promise y'all, the Illuminati hit me up and they was like, yo, what's up? And I was like, pass. They was like, we got you. I was like, pass. That's like something that a lot of people probably would jump at. And I don't know how deep that stuff go, but yeah.
How was that asked?
Right.
How was that opportunity presented?
You want to be down with this secret society? You want to be down with us? Basically, it was like, they mean business. They were like, they wanted me. They seen something, I don't know, but.
Like a person approaches you about this?
Yeah.
It's not something sent in a DM type of thing?
DM.
Nah.
Are there repercussions for turning it down?
I don't think so, nah. I'm a positive person. I attract positive things to me, so no.
And you chose not to join because?
I don't,
You passed
I
on it
don't
because?
want to be a part of something that I don't understand. You know what I mean? If I understand certain things, yeah, I don't mind being a part. But if I don't understand something, I ain't judging it. I just don't want to be a part of something that I don't understand.
Any regrets on that?
Nah, because the key to life is understanding. So if you don't have an understanding of certain things, you're in trouble.
Respect.
What you know. First of all, I've received a letter a long time ago in 2001, I believe, or was it 2004? And when you receive a letter, this is what the letter consists of. Get mad, Illuminati puppets. It tells you that, hey, we find you to be very interesting. What we can do for you. And all you have to do is what? Stay in touch.
Yeah.
You got to figure it out. It's about it's about six pages front and back, paragraphed off, telling you about yourself, how amazing you are, and all the shit they can do for you. Yeah. That's that letter. Then you have another one where you're actually in. That's for someone that's not in, but have influence. I can influence 1 million people a day and only have 14 people on my page. I get 496,000 views a day and didn't even post nothing. I'm recorded and put on social media before I come off my live. Come now. Who wouldn't want that? So let's offer you this coming out of that. Let's offer you this. How about we give you your own TV show? In 2014, Lifetime called me. They emailed me, I'm sorry. Her name is Elaine Bradley. Hi, Tokyo, we just want to give you a show. Bitch, I'm out feeding the homeless in sweatpants and flip-flops. What are you talking about? No, thank you. Oh, well, we'll give you $40,000 just for the first week. We can start there. I got $45,000 in the bank. What's up? I'm good. So it's Lifetime. Then you have Zeus to come through. The most demonic. Lord Jesus. It's so, y'all don't have a clue. Let me tell you how much of a clue it is.
They say y'all might have created Zeus, so I want to hear your thoughts.
No, let me give you what's happening. I created Zeus.
What? What?
I had no idea Little Uzi Vertical sold his soul. Watch this video.
Did I sell my soul? I sold my soul for you. Now figure that out. Tell me I sold my soul. I sold my soul for you.
Listen to what he says about Marilyn Manson, one of the most open Satan worshippers out there.
It's my father, the Pale Emperor. He is? Listen here. At age 27, I will leave this earth for this man right here. He's the Pale Emperor.
Uzi also bought a chain of Marilyn Manson's face, and Marilyn Manson reposted it, captioning it Lucifer Rising. He's also been caught posting other satanic things on his Instagram like this. Now listen to what he tells his fans in this concert.
Like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers enter the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all motherfuckers going to hell. Right with me.
Bro, this stuff, man. What?
What are rappers really trying to tell us in their music? This is wild.
I was talking about the lyrics in this song, and I know you all heard this.
Yeah, I remember that song.
I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about when Jay-Z raps, and this used to be one of my favorite songs growing up. I probably sang it hundreds of times, so Lord forgive me, but listen to this.
He ride her just like a bus route. Hail Mary to the city, you're a virgin, and Jesus can't save you. Life starts when the church came in for school.
I remember that.
Those lyrics in a song like that. Jesus can't save you. Life starts when the church ends.
What do you think
I mean,
he's trying to
looking
say?
back at it now, Jay-Z makes sense. But when I was a kid, I wasn't like reading and analyzing lyrics. I was born in New York, so I thought it was cool to sing and rap these lyrics. Just shows you how powerful a catchy song like that is. Now, are we probably going to hear it again in public, or if your friend plays it or something? Yes. But now we're aware. There's always an agenda with these artists and their music.
And that's his biggest song out ever.
When it comes to selling your soul, and I understand it can get deeper than what you've expressed, are you done selling your soul at this point, or is that something you may? You're continuing, or you may do in the future, or are you completely done with that portion of your life?
I mean, once you sell your soul to something, that is, especially to money. Because once you sell your soul to money, it can get addictive. Like addictive. You can't. It's like a bad. That's the worst in the world. Money. Once you start getting money, that's addictive. You know what I'm saying? The more money you get, the more money you gonna try to get. You feel me? And that's when you start getting blind. You start, you know what I'm saying, forgetting where you come from. You know what I'm saying? Start not caring about your friends, your old friends that always cared about you.
Look at this shirt.
It's all type of. You sold your soul. You don't even got the same soul no more. You sold your soul. You want the money. You don't want the love.
Bruh.
You felt that the government was deliberately spraying cold germs in subways, was deliberately trying to make people ill with the AIDS virus. This is pretty serious stuff. Do you really feel that?
Well, that's a good question. Oh, I'm with Barbara Walters now. Oh, that's a serious one. Okay, so I got to, now, because people are going to chase me after this. People are going to chase me. I believe that it is quite highly possible that the AIDS virus is a result of genetic warfare testing.
By American agents?
Absolutely.
All right.
Are the Illuminati real? And if so, why haven't I been invited? Garfield, where are you? I know you know. I know you know. Now, for those of you experiencing this,
I don't know if you've had this, but I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? Just, you've been off, yeah. Oh, they're in the room.
Yeah,
I remember seeing that. I was like, why didn't they just cut that out?
David Dobrik just exposed the Illuminati. Here's the video.
The point of this story is she really wanted to be famous. I guess that's what she wanted to be. And she met somebody who could promise her that. And she met somebody. Have you ever heard this?
No.
She met somebody. This is crazy. And he was like, I know how to make you famous. And she's like, how? And he's like, we can turn you into anything.
Scientology.
We can turn you, honestly.
It may have been something like that.
We can turn you into a singer, an actor, whatever you want. And one day he visited her apartment and he was like in a suit and tie. And I came in and I saw him in the suit. And then she's like, please leave. And she closed the door on me. So I left. And she came up to my apartment sobbing. And she was like, this guy, please, you cannot repeat this. And for 3 years, I held the story to myself because I thought this guy was going to me. They were like, if you ever repeat this, they'll kill me and they'll kill you and they'll kill anybody that you love. And she was sobbing to me. And she's like, this guy, he came to me. And he's like, he's telling me, she was like, this guy came to me. And he's like, I can turn you into anything you want to be, but you have to sacrifice somebody. And I just spoke to my mother and my mom. My mom really supports me. And she's like willing to be sacrificed so I can become like a singer or whatever, famous, whatever. And it was just completely serious, and it was really terrifying. Really, really terrifying.
Like you believed her.
Totally believed her.
Her mom was willing to be sacrificed?
Why do celebrities get nervous when the Illuminati is brought up?
As fellow Disney stars, are you all in a secret Illuminati
Look at how our
like
mood
club?
shifted.
No.
There's telltale signs
Is it
of
because
when
you can't
someone
tell me
is
if
lying.
you are? No.
Something ain't
Is
adding
that
up,
true,
y'all.
Sam? Inconclusive.
She's hiding something.
Can you imagine?
Stay weird.
Who owns CNBC? Who owns Fox? Who owns CNN? At the top of the shareholder list, you have Vanguard and BlackRock. Now you look at the flight companies that banned all flights. No flights unless you're taken care of. Who are the top shareholders? Vanguard, BlackRock. You look at the food. Okay, who are the top shareholders of all this junk food? Vanguard and BlackRock. Who owns Meta? Who owns Snapchat? Who owns Twitter? Who owns Google? Oh, it's the same company as BlackRock. It's Vanguard. Profit-driven companies. So the media is controlled, the food is controlled, the narrative is controlled, transportation is controlled. Just this ecosystem of how to print butterflies out of thin air.
I definitely heard about that company before.
Lil Nas X rocking the Baphomet head on his belt during the Lollapalooza show. Also during his set, there was a bunch of rotating triangles with the eye in the middle. His show was filled with so much satanic and Illuminati symbolism. Now listen to how creepy this is. Billie Eilish and all of her fans screaming, I want to end me. Also pay attention to the backdrop.
Oh, hell nah. Hell nah. I don't even want to look at that.
I mean, at least she didn't do this on stage again, but man, these concerts are getting out of hand.
What?
And there's also parts in the album where you speak to Lucy. Lucifer.
Yep.
The devil. So you
it's trippy.
You see both sides of
it. Yeah, man. It's when I go inside, I may do an after party. I see it all around, man. I may do an after party, and this is how I'll be able to write these records, because it's not just the positive energy that speaks to me, it's the negative too. It's the evils too, and we all have temptations.
Right.
You know, me, I'm just fortunate enough to translate them temptations through record.
Right.
You know, I always said this is truly a gift for me. Putting these records out is a gift for me, because I'm not only a voice for myself, but I'm a voice for people who can't express.
You guys still be having them little secret meetings with robes and skulls and all that? I heard 2 Chainz told me about that.
What?
He said that y'all had like skulls with diamonds and all kinds of room.
Oh. 2 Chainz. Are you serious? He said that?
Oh no, man.
He said, I don't know.
So like some Illuminati type.
Yeah, it was like vanilla. Y'all were drinking vanilla.
I don't know nothing about it. Maybe I missed it. Maybe they be behind my back, man. I don't know. You know, they need to let me know though.
Come on, man.
An artist admits they sold their soul and then they spend their whole career making music about how they regret it. Part 1, J. Cole. When he was 18 years old, he made a song called I Can Bust, and he straight up tells you, I sold my soul to Satan. Fast forward 10 years, he releases this album called Born Sinner with the demon as the album cover. And in his song ILLUMINATI, he says, according to the preacher man, he needs Jesus in him. But the devil runs the TV, so the demon's in him. I'm in trouble. Did a deal with the devil, and now I'm pleading with him. Give me my soul. This man is begging, please give me my soul. I'm not letting go, but the devil doesn't play fair. Nowadays, it looks like he's trying to find God and fight for his soul.
I went and got baptized because I was like, I felt guilty for even having a thought that like, well, if what y'all are saying is this and what y'all, like for even having a negative thought about it. Like I went and got baptized, started reading the Bible, I was scared as fuck. And then it hit a point in my life where it's like, I just fell off and like, I'll let the answer come. And as I got older, I feel like I had a personal understanding of like what God is to me. Strong belief too.
Come on, man.
There was a close family member involved in a satanic cult. It used to force me to attend certain rituals. There were a lot of things that I witnessed that, you know, were like secrets that you wish you didn't have to hold on to. People would be wearing black robes with hoods, you know, so you couldn't see their faces. And they'd be walking in a line, chanting, to like, drink blood. They do that. I did suffer during those rituals. Some of those satanic holidays, they always will be involved with all kinds of stuff going on that really shouldn't be, and it shouldn't be something children are forced to watch through a child for their whole life. I never saw Mariah with us when we were walking into Mariah. I know that you've gone through a tremendous amount of pain and difficulty, and sometimes it's as though, I know sometimes you feel as though what you're remembering didn't really happen, you know. I just want you to know that if there was ever any way that you needed help from me, just pick up the phone and call me. I would always be there for you.
The baby. As Allison claimed, she protected her sister at one of these satanic cult parties. It could be possible that Patricia made a pact with the devil and possibly offered her soul and Allison. This would explain why she would give Allison to the cult for rituals and ceremonies and not Mariah. It would also explain how Allison has such a terrible life, full of substance abuse and trauma, while Mariah had a marvelous life full of wealth and fame. When people are offered to the devil, demons overtake their life, and that's exactly what we saw with Allison. It's obvious to me that Allison was the price for Mariah's success, as she admitted this herself. Patricia offered Allison to this cult that led to the success of Mariah. Patricia then benefited from the success Mariah had. She enjoyed the money and fame her daughter earned. Mariah's career was like no others in the industry. She became one of the most successful singers to have ever lived, and we know there's a price for that level of success. To this day, she makes millions of dollars a year, while her sister barely made it by. In the occult, many make these kinds of deals where they offer a loved one for success and fame. Now this is exactly what I believe happened with Patricia and Allison. Now it appears it was time to collect on that deal. This is always the price for fame when you get it from the devil. While Mariah might have been given the world, she lost her family and her soul for it. Her mother gave her to Satan to make her a star. I will pray for Allison, as I truly feel bad she was born into such a lifestyle.
Bro, she looked traumatized.
It feels like I got struck by lightning or something during that Tickets album. Something happened to me. I haven't been the same since. Like I've realized something about myself that it's dangerous.
Dangerous how?
To you.
Whoa.
To you. Because I'm not scared anymore. There's nothing holding me back from being my true self. And my true self can't be silenced, can't be restrained. It's a force. It's like a hurricane. Can't stop that. It just goes until it feels like it's stopping.
Bro. What?
This is the Illuminati's webpage, part 2. So part 1, we explain the pyramid and the eye and what they meant. In part 2, we're going to explain the light and the eternal. See, I don't
like that music that's playing in the background of this video. I'm going to keep it 100. I don't know what they saying. I don't like it.
people to stay in the light all the time, and I had no idea it could have stemmed from the Illuminati. And it actually does make sense, you know,
like
stay
that
in the light, stay positive, don't go to the dark. The light represents that every human is guided by an inner compass that points towards the light, revealing truth and direction among decisions. All human spiritual beliefs ultimately seek the light in ways differing only in form and function. So basically they're saying religion. Everybody does it the same, but yet differently. This is kind of what I call the source energy. The eternal states every human is one part of a larger eternal design, individual gears in a clock that has no end. Though they never realize it, a person's actions
I'm
have...
skipping this one. I don't like that shit. Yeah, I ain't listening to that shit. Fuck that.
I've been making music for 20 years. You know, I went over 10 years without making a dime in this. If I was gonna join the Illuminati, I would've. Don't get me wrong, I would've. But I would've did it back then, before all my went to prison. To me, it was like, yo, you mean if a get a certain amount of money, you gotta say it was a spiritual being. The devil came and gave him the bag. And I was so proud the first time I heard it. They told me I was Illuminati. I swear to fucking God, I wanted to drink champagne and roll up some. Then I finally made it. I'm above you, stupid. If I knew the Illuminati was gonna pull up to my house and zap me, and you walk out to 100 million, sign me up. I'm all with it.
Wow. Wow. Come on, man.
I believe you reach a certain level in Hollywood, and then there's just like the demons, like the Illuminati, the whole people come after you. Do you believe that too, or have you witnessed something like that happening in this industry at all?
Well, I believe that in the supernatural realm of spiritual warfare, there are people that pick sides. You know, there are people, you know, clearly call it Illuminati, call whatever you want, but there is the spirit of this world, and the Lord of this world is Satan, according to what I believe. So with that in mind, you can do a deal with him to have all the pleasures of this world, you know, because that way you're lifting him up and all that good stuff. But yeah, so I believe that some of that is relevant and prevalent.
This is what selling your soul actually looks like.
I want to show y'all what mental illness really fucking looks like. Y'all want to see what that looks like? I just did this to my car. Scratched it, keyed it up. I just bought it.
He sold his soul and now he's rebelling.
Keyed all the way. Shut the fucking door. Want to know why I'm doing that?
Because you sold your soul.
Because of mental fucking illness. All this materialistic shit don't mean shit in the world. And when they won't let you do, I'm owned. I'm a fucking slave. I'm a slave to my management. I'm a slave to everybody. I don't get control of my license. I don't get control of my bank account. I don't get control of shit. I can't even drive that fucking car. They put it in the basement so I couldn't take it. I know I don't have a license, but if I have someone with the license, I could take it. So fuck everybody.
Lil Xan has actually came out before and said he sold his soul in an interview back in 2018. So when he says he's mentally ill, he actually means he sold his soul.
I think he passed away too. R.I.P. to him.
You think that I could be an Illuminati member?
I think you potentially could be an Illuminati member, Dr. Phil. I don't think that you get this amount of power and influence and media coverage without taking a deal.
With who?
The Illuminati. They would come and say, Dr. Phil, we can offer you all the money, we can offer you power, we can offer you influence. You just need to take a deal with us.
Could I be wearing a mask?
You could. Could I get up and look?
No, how are you gonna look?
I'm just gonna...
Yeah, go ahead. What do you think?
I think that the technology is so advanced.
Let me tell you, sister, if I was wearing a mask, it wouldn't look like this.
That was funny. That was funny.
This artist talks about how he had to sacrifice his own brother.
For him to, you know, go unexpectedly and then I go #1 and then I take off after that. Like the way I took out, it's just crazy, you know.
And you really lost him the same day you hit #1
Swear to God,
with
the same time. Not the, nah, it was baby on baby. It went like #1.
Okay.
It was like #7 or something like that. And then I had got the phone call. Got the phone, I call him, halfway asleep. Yeah, bro, he dead, he died. I'm like, what? I set up on my bed, like, what? Same time, Carter, he blowing my phone up. I'm thinking he calling to deliver the same news. I click over, what's up, bro? We #1, nigga. #1, you did it. You did it. I'm like, damn.
I
just lost my sister last year from overdose in September, right before the Cozy tapes. I lost Yams from overdosing from my last album before that. I don't know, man, every time I put out an album, or every time I'm about to release an album, for some fucking strange reason, man, you know what I'm saying? I always lose somebody close to me. It was my pops, it was Yams, it was my sister, like, I always lose somebody close to me, so, you know, shit feel like, you know, some crazy shit, like jinx and some shit.
Damn, bro.
Never.
I don't know.
You have to watch this clip. There was a short Teen Titans episode about them trying to find the Illuminati. Wait, what? So you can literally see, right? There's like a seal they find on the ground, and it's the Illuminati seal. Oh my gosh. Okay, then they start going underground, and then Raven literally says, like, this is the Illuminati's plan for world domination. And you see all these different things. But if you pause it and you rewind, you literally see the government shaking hands with aliens. You see the government filming the moon landing. And you also see the JFK assassination.
That is insane. I can't believe they put this in a show.
This was in a kid's show. Like, I know it's a joke.
Well, you know they say, like, sometimes they put the truth in plain sight.
That is definitely true. In plain sight.
It's Haley Baldwin's relative, Stephen Baldwin. He was just on an interview. What happened? And they asked him about Hollywood because he's mentioned before, I think he went public about saying like there's certain things that are demonic in the industry. Yeah. And someone asked him again, so you said some things about Hollywood being demonic. Yeah.
You've said that the devil runs Hollywood.
I did say that.
Do you still think that?
Still believe it?
You know what he said? He said just look at Christmas. Look at Christmas and look at what movies were playing around that time.
Let me ask you a question. Didn't we just have Christmas?
Yes.
What were the films premiered for Christmas? Name the titles you can think of now. And then
There's
Nostradamus. What is that? Nostradamus? What? I can't even say it. It's so evil.
No, Nosferatu. Yeah. There's like obviously some erotic stuff. Every movie that was coming out was about that type of shit. But what's crazy is what's being promoted is the vampires. Boom, one. Yeah. But the only like Christmas-esque movie that came out around that time, the red one. The red one. Yeah. Right? What does that sound like? Bam. The one. The red one. That's right. That's just not even. It's not even hiding in plain sight. Like, it's literally that.
Alright, so let's talk about these contracts, right? Alright, so signing a contract is pretty much the same thing as taking that 100 bond when you go to jail. When that inmate put that 100 bond on your bed, it's basically the same method. You know what I'm saying? They flash so much money in your face because they know you don't know what you're getting yourself into. We came from nothing. You feel me? Of course we gonna sign. Of course we gonna take the money. But guess what? As your career start to blow up, they're going to start pulling stuff out that contract. You see where you know what I'm saying, you sign right here, this is what you got to do. You feel me? You can't release nothing. You can't do nothing without them folks' permission after you sign that contract. That's why so many of these rappers that, you know what I'm saying, go independent or get their own master, something happen to them. You feel me? Like, say if they want you to beef with a certain individual, you know what I'm saying? Now, even though you might not have no beef with that person at all, you gotta drop that diss song. You feel? They tell you, hey, drop a diss song toward that person. You feel me? These two record labels and I already talked. You feel me? Okay, we're gonna make him drop a diss, then we're gonna make him drop one back. So it increase our views and we get more record sales and we get more money. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody, in our eyes, we thinking these people really beefing. You feel me? But in reality, they probably somewhat kicking it with each other. Then they make it easier for the record label to pay somebody off to come kill you or something. You feel me? And now your fans thinking, oh, well, he died due to gun violence, or he died because he was in street wars, or he was in street beef with this person, or he died because he was, you know what I'm saying, he was promoting drugs, he was on drugs so heavy, you know what I'm saying? Nobody asks questions because everybody feel like they already know what happened. You worth more dead to them than you is alive, you feel me? When you die, all these folks gotta do is give your parents and stuff a little money. You know what I'm saying? Make you a little nice funeral, get you a nice casket, and you don't gotta hear from them folks no more. You feel me? All that money that you made, or all that money that you making after you're gone, that's going to your record label. That's going to the person you signed that contract. You know what I'm saying? That's going to the person that made you sign that contract. You feel me? And that's why everybody that go independent, we see what happened to them. I wonder why right after an artist die, they put out an album. You feel me? You know how much money that album gonna get? You know how many fans and how even people that wasn't fans, you know what I'm saying? Just because you no longer alive, we gonna tune into it. We gonna see, you know what I'm saying? We gonna try to see what your music was like. You know how much money and views and stuff they rack up off of your album after you die?
leaving Sony a free agent, owning half of Sony.
I just sell 3 million copies. I got $30 million. Now who has the biggest record deal?
Oh, I see. Yeah, right. Okay.
Right.
Saying is, in business, nothing is coincidental, or you would be hearing who's losing money. In all of these situations, it's only the artist that's losing. Somebody makes big money. When these rappers get killed, not incidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew, don't have to validate none of their contracts. Now only got to deal with the mama, only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money goes up and up and up. So they killed this $20 million guy, but they reaped $60 million in benefits.
The truth is this: a bunch of young black male rappers keep dying. You know who's not dying? Record executives. You've been used for a long time. You know, they create this paradigm to make you believe that you're so important and your celebrity status is worth so much, but in truth, you're a pawn in their game and you always have been.
That's the truth.
That's a insanely ridiculous thing that's being done by world leaders. They gather people together against other people that you don't even know. You don't even know. It's one thing if you have a conflict with an actual human being that's like doing something to you. Yeah, right. But this is like you don't even know these people. And these world leaders have told you that somehow or another these people are bad and you're good and we got to go over there and fuck them up. Like, we're still doing that? Like, that's insane. It's insane that human beings are still doing that. And I'm hoping that as we get to know each other more through technology and through what has become the most connecting innovation, the most connecting technology ever, which is the internet.
Yes.
I'm hoping that's going to continue to evolve and connect people further and further. The problem is if it along the way it can get co-opted by governments and it can get controlled and censored, and that's the enemy. That's the enemy of all truth.
That's what we can.
I'm half Illuminati, half street.
Yeah, cause you had Illuminati. How does that work?
I mean, I was like kind of like born a spirit. And a lot of people don't know. A lot of people think the Illuminati like kind of like bad, but ain't nothing really bad. See, life ain't about bad or good. Though a lot of people don't know. If you want to like know about life, you gotta kind of like know about energies and vibrations. What's going on? Like that's like the key to life, right? But a lot of people don't know. They're gonna tell you like bad or good. But you know how like two people that's both good talk to each other and then they end up doing something bad, like fighting, but they both was good.
Right.
Because it ain't about good or bad. It's about the balance. When it don't balance, it's off. That's what a lot of people don't know.
I don't know about that.
Because remember Dave Chappelle?
No, what'd he do?
Bro, okay. So Dave Chappelle used to always talk about like the Illuminati shit.
Yeah.
Right? And there was this one time he was saying he denied like I think an $80 million deal or something crazy like that. Something crazy, right?
50.
To continue, like, I think, you remember Chappelle Show?
Oh, yeah.
I believe it was Chappelle Show. It could be something else. But he was going to sign a deal with his company. Now, for whatever reason, Dave Chappelle denied it.
Okay.
And then you know what his reasoning was?
Why?
His reasoning was, I didn't want to end up like the others.
Oh, fuck.
Now, what does he mean
Yeah.
when I don't want to end up like the others?
Join the Illuminati, fam.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
80 million. That's a lot of.
That's a lot of money.
Who would have that money? Like people who rule. Like, okay, fam.
Right? Join us live on Stereo today.
The link is in our bio. We need all the jumpers in there with us.
How's the Illuminati kind of fit into all this?
Let me tell you how the Illuminati work. It's two different type of people, lad. You have the Catholic Church or Roman Catholic Church, and you have the Illuminati. It's two different groups. Now the problem is the Illuminatis are not the bad people. See, us, I mean, I didn't mean to say that. The Illuminatis, right? We've got this bad rep over the years because we go against the church, Vlad. Our fight is not with the regular people. Our fight is with the church. We have knowledge. We have sacred knowledge that we must pass down, Vlad. And the problem is, it's the church. Our problem is with the church. So when I do this, right, this don't mean evil. It means you need to look into the world with your third eye, Vlad. Third eye, Vlad. Look. So me and my friends over there, because they're part of Illuminati too, but they're not going to get on camera. We're not the bad guys. I mean, they not the bad guys, Vlad. But yeah, Illuminati play a big part in this whole Tekashi 69 thing, Vlad.
I don't know about that.
Much of the darkness of it, and it's
I'm just good for you for getting the fuck out. You know what I want to ask you about? Actually, I think Jeffrey would be a really good person to ask about this. We've been talking about it a bunch lately. Tunnels under Hollywood.
Okay.
Do you believe in them? Do you think they exist? Have you been to them?
They are real.
Really?
Tunnels.
I knew I would
Now
get.
I'm just pissed I'm not invited.
More,
Nobody's even
more.
thought to tell me
Keep
about
going.
it.
Keep going.
Well, there's so many different tunnels because the old days, I mean, really, we built our city on top of a city that kind of already existed. So there's just a lot under there.
And do you think celebrities really use them? Do you think people really use them?
Yes.
And you think it's the 1%? Like, you think it's just like the like?
It's definitely the 1%. And the problem is I've been invited to these scenarios, and I've felt like the sickest, most lead, cancerous feeling ever, and I've never gone down those routes.
So same with like Illuminati stuff. I'm sure you're gonna say the same thing. It's real. You've seen it, but you didn't want to take a part in it. Because there was a while where people really thought you were Illuminati. Honestly, I was people.
He ain't even answer.
I'm still not sure.
We may still hang out sometimes.
Damn, that's so crazy.
I'm just not going to be a Hollywood puppet and entertain anything dark or illegal. They tried to blackmail and coerce me over and over and over to do horrible things, and I'm just not a horrible person.
So you obviously believe all of this Diddy stuff is real and darker than it's even shown.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm glad people are finally seeing it. I think when they saw him viciously assault Cassie, it all made sense because all we do is know his music and he's great. And then I think when you actually see someone as a monster, it's like, holy fuck. Like, yeah, horrible.
That's crazy. Jeffree Star.
I mean, that video ruined my month when I saw it.
Yeah,
horrible. But
so horrible.
It was almost like nothing positive about it. But I was happy that she was validated because I was reading her comments like right after she had sued him and got like pennies, but like comparatively. And everyone's like, you were out for a check. You're so pathetic, disgusting liar.
Yeah, that's so sad.
And immediately after, it's funny. It's all like, go back and delete your comments. You guys are so embarrassing.
Yeah, that is sad as fuck.
But it was like
very weird.
Like, not that I would want anybody to have a video like that, but it was like,
I'm thankful there was proof to validate because when women aren't heard, I think that's the worst case scenario is when someone doesn't believe someone that is actually
especially when someone's so powerful, you assume that they, or like people.
I mean, listen, I fully believe Diddy killed Tupac, so it's like I'm sure she knew all of that. You don't think he's in bed laughing about that shit once that NDA ink dries?
Yeah,
and they're not sitting in bed one day and he's like, yeah, that was
we
fun
don't
when I
say
killed
NDA
when I
ink drying enough. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
so
and
yeah, I
Kim
think
Porter, right?
They offed her absolutely, allegedly. You know.
Does it ever scare you to say things like this?
No,
but I guess
I have no fear, which is why I don't think they've taken me out. I just didn't want to play the games or be a puppet.
The devil works hard, but Jeffree Star works harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I've
nuts.
sucked the devil off. He's not bad. He's kind of
That's
boring.
our third clip.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's kind of boring.
I love you.
Only do what we think is the right thing going forward.
So, before we move off this privacy thing, and I thought that was a fascinating answer.
It's okay. You want to take off the hoodie?
You know, I never take off the hood.
I know you don't. What's with that? There's a group of women in the audience that wish you would. And
no.
girls?
Whoa.
He said, whoa.
All right.
Sorry.
He said, whoa.
Can you explain what this instant
okay?
personalization thing was that you did, and why you did it, and what's the value of it to your users?
Maybe I should take off the hoodie.
Take off the hoodie.
Go ahead.
You want to? You want? Go ahead.
He said, whoa.
Let me get someone. You all right?
Yeah.
This is a great moment in internet history.
What?
You all right?
Is he struggling to take the hoodie off?
What are we gonna do with the mic?
Put it on your.
All right. Put it on the collar of your T-shirt. Do you want some?
You need some help?
No, I'm good.
All right. Okay. Mark?
Sorry about that.
Sorry about being loud, Mark.
No, it's...
We're not even yelling at you.
Yeah.
Yet.
We're not going to yell at you.
No, we're of course not. That is
Is he
a warm
sweating?
hoodie.
Yeah. No, it's a thick hoodie. It's a company hoodie. We print our mission on the inside.
What? Oh,
really?
my God, the inside of the hoodie, everybody. Take a moment. What is it? Making the
world more open and connected.
Oh my God, it's like a secret
Cool.
cult.
It's like a secret.
Look at that, making the world open and connected, stream graph platform, and this weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati.
Whoa.
Oh, 2010.
No, it's 2010.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Okay, so did Mr. Beast go to an Illuminati meeting? So, Mr. Beast was recently on a podcast when he said this.
Not much I can say, but there's just like this super exclusive event with just all these really rich and famous people. And I just did not belong there at the time. And he was just one of them. And,
How'd you get invited to that event? Island in the Bahamas?
Well, I think it was
Eyes Wide Shut party.
It was like I remember pulling. I just can't say too much, but I just remember pulling up, and there's like dozens of guys with just like assault and stuff, and I was like, oh, it's like that high level of an event. And and he just was like, so I ended up talking up there. So it's like, I don't even know how to put into words. Like everyone there was either like ultra famous or just like a billionaire. They're like it was crazy having all those people in that room. And then at dinner, they just pair you up with random people, so you meet new people, and there's the one at the table, and we just.
So yeah, after hearing Mr. Beast talk about it and say it, do you think he went to an Illuminati party? Or do you think it was just some high-end party with no relation to the Illuminati? I honestly have no clue, but let me know what you think about this whole thing.
It's definitely possible.
DJ Envy reveals the Breakfast Club was going to be called Illuminati in the morning.
What?
Came up with mad different names. At first it was Illuminati in the morning, the Big Three, and Breakfast Club was the one that stuck.
How could y'all be called the Big Three? You're not big.
Who's not big?
You're not. That's big.
That's big if you're thinking big, but I'm big.
What do you think about that?
The Illuminati in the morning?
People talk about like secret societies, and I think it's like, it's not like this formed meeting. It's just like like-minded individuals, like people who operate on the same frequency. There doesn't have to be this written rule book. It's just like, oh no, we intuitively, we move like this. We gravitate towards certain things, and it's unfortunate because people who operate in low frequency, that it's the same way, and it's like, you always like, damn, that person can't catch a break. It's like, that's because they living in that frequency.
What does that frequency look and feel like?
It's slow, it's thick, it's heavy.
Blame.
Yeah, victimization, it's anger, it's you know what I mean? It's one of those things where
jealousy.
Yeah, all of that shit. And it's unfortunate because of people who operate in it, they don't know that they're in it. And it's almost like they almost desire that, and they feel like they have to have angst and anger to get their point across. And like, man, you're doing so much more damage to yourself, and you're digging yourself deeper by pointing fingers at people who are on a completely different frequency, and they don't even hear you. And you're clouding up your existence instead of just like stepping out of that frequency.
I agree with that last part. The front part, I don't know.
The group that was formed like in the 1700s, something like that, 1600s. This dude named Adam Weishaupt. He started this group of people, like powerful, rich people that basically could shape popular opinion and the way, the world is gonna move forward. The word means like the illuminated ones. Light is like information. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you see the light now. I found out the origin of the information that they were teaching. It basically comes from this group called the Essenes in Egypt. These are like the original black culture. They're like the scholars, doctors, scientists, esoteric thinkers, and they just knew how to do stuff. Like, for example, look at the pyramids. Nobody understands how the pyramids were built. These are the people that had that knowledge. Eye of Horus, the pyramid, those are artifacts and things from black culture. They represent certain things of our people from ancient black history of Egypt. You know what I mean? Ancient Egypt. You got these group of people, they break into the tombs, they steal the riches, like the gold and the mummies, and they rape and pillage our culture. They got you thinking your own people and your own artifacts and your own symbolism is evil.
Rest in peace to him.
French Montana exposing Illuminati.
The secret society is the people that's rich. They hang around with each other.
Exactly.
That's bottom line.
Yeah.
People that got, same thing to lose.
Exactly.
I felt like that's the Illuminati.
Exactly.
I mean, wow. I mean, that even if Illuminati was real, why wouldn't you want to be a part of something that's
which is pure paper.
That's controlling, like,
yeah.
more money. Like,
oh, man.
You done gave your soul to the streets already. Like,
exactly.
the streets ain't giving you nothing but bullet wounds and stab wounds, and you lost your homies. Had the same conversation.
Is he in the Illuminati as well now?
Now, he asked me, you know.
Oh, he asked you. He asked you if you were in the Illuminati.
Nah, he said if the Illuminati come to your house, I'm gonna let him in, and I'm gonna sign right there.
Oh,
I'm gonna bring him in, let him meet my mother.
Exactly, sign her up my too.
Son.
Yeah, get the whole fam in there.
The
when
whole
you can.
whole fam Illuminati.
Yeah, maybe like a family discount joining.
Yeah, like how can we get a family plan?
Family plan. A family plan is crazy.
See, and if you're willing to sell your soul, you know, then you'll be right there too.
Is this the Illuminati?
Well, it's not my family. It's not my family. Well, I can't blame that on me and my family, but I can't blame it on others. I could blame it on those that caused the harm on themselves by coming to the Illuminati and trying to sacrifice themselves in order to get ahead. Can't blame those people.
I mean, there's a lot of talk about it, you know, on YouTube. You know, we call it the wormhole of YouTube. But to hear you as a child star come out and say that this exists, you know, these people are doing whatever they got to do to stay alive and to ensure that their throne
is kept.
Orlando Brown be speaking crazy.
Signed up for TikTok lately. I've been in a rabbit hole every night going to sleep, so I can't even tell you if it's Nikola Tesla,
I already know
how the pyramids was built, the Alaskan ice wall. I'm all over the place, y'all. The aliens, the grays. Nighttime for me, I'm on a journey at nighttime fucking with these conspiracies. It's my fun.
The GOAT conspiracy theory. Everybody been on my DM the last 2 months about being on Star Isle, so it's the Illuminati.
Oh yeah,
gave
being
me
Illuminati.
the promotion.
They told me I was an Illuminati too, but
Of course you the Illuminati. Of course.
Bigger than money, though, Dave. It's so much bigger than money.
Oh no, it was bigger than money. But you know what? I watched one of these nature shows one time, and they were talking about how a bushman finds water when it's scarce. And they do what's called a salt trap. I didn't know this. Apparently baboons love salt.
Okay.
So they put a lump of salt in a hole, and they wait for the baboon. The baboon comes, sticks his hand in the hole, grabs the salt. Salt makes his hand bigger, and he's trapped. He can't get his hand out. Now, if he's smart, all he does is let go of the salt. Baboon doesn't want to let go of the salt. Then the bushman just comes, takes the baboon, throws him in the cage, and gives him all the salt he wants. And then the baboon gets thirsty. The bushman lets him out of the cage. The first place the baboon runs to is water. The bushman follows him, and they both drink to their fill. And in that analogy, I felt like the baboon. But I was smart enough to let go of the salt.
Smart man.
Do you feel like something ever will come for Jay-Z and Beyonce? Like these, like the way, like are they untouchable?
They demonic. They're going to demise on their own time. They're going to demise. See, you can only play with God but so much. You can only play with so much before something happens. And when he comes, you don't know what order, because he does do things in divine order. So you don't know what order it's going to come in. See, even down to, I used to like Beyonce. Oh man, that song about the boy. If I was a boy.
Oh yeah.
But then when I started noticing, I'm like, wait a minute, girl. And then I'm noticing this and that and this and that. And it's like, wait a minute. This is so clear. You are such a puppet Illuminati. I'm not cussing her ass out every day. She don't do nothing for the kids. $1,500 tickets. They say one lady did her kid's heart something. That's because that's them spells, baby. That's them Oshuma spells.
You consider yourself a witch?
Oh, I'm a witch. But
how does that for everybody? Should I be scared?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Because, you know, they tell me Beyonce's a witch and shit like that. That you should be scared. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. She's an Ifa. So when she wears her yellow, that's Oshun. Oh. You know, riches and beauty and love and all of that, which I can see why she's connected to Oshun. But yeah, so it probably gives her, so she has her own altar. She gives her food. She has parties for her. All of that. Just like Summer Walker.
Yeah, Summer Walker.
Shit, it don't take much. Oof. Just sprinkle a little something on your read it. You gonna love me. Girl.
Beyonce a witch?
And then like even like that freaky weird shit that be going on, like you hear about it, but it's dark and demonic energy that this industry was built on, and people manipulate young women, they manipulate kids, and at the end of the day, it's all for the dollar and all to feed their ego. So I've seen some shit where you be like, that's just not right. Like, that's just, that person shouldn't be talking to that person. That person shouldn't be in the room with that person alone. That person shouldn't, you know, but on the other side, what I've also seen is some very innocent situations get turned into things that have nothing to do with the person or the position in power, but because it was manipulated from the other side, it made someone who was just trying to operate within the system look bad. I mean, like I said, like I've been part of lawsuits where I wasn't even in the same city, but because it was an event that I sponsored or it was a movie.
Damn. All right, guys, that was another TikTok compilation, man, talking about the Illuminati, secret societies. First of all, if you made it this far, you're a real one for real. Make sure you put that in the comments. What do y'all think about this stuff, man? Do y'all think it's a real thing, or do you just think it's a conspiracy? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. I've been going down this, I guess, rabbit hole of conspiracies for years, especially when it comes to like music and stuff like that and the entertainment industry. And it's always been stuff online and out there about these type of things, but it's always been considered just a conspiracy. Y'all let me know, is it more than a conspiracy? But like I said, I got a TikTok playlist. If you into this stuff, man, you can binge watch at your own discretion, but be careful. Till next time, self-love and positivity, Fire Squad, I got you and you know it.